Morning, Kunal. Welcome to the session, first unit of wave optics. In this, I am dealing about with the polarization. As you know that, I am Dr. Gogulpati. Welcome to polarization. And in this topic, we learned about what is meant by polarization, what are the types of polarizations, and how it is to be defined, and these things will be studied. Okay. Now let us see about what is polarization. The polarization is the phenomenon which the wave of the light has only one directional radiation light. What is meant by one directional radiation? Means the normal light which is produced from the source has two types of vibrations, vertical vibration and horizontal vibration. Let us see the normal light where it is produced from the source. It has two vibrations. One is this red vibration and another is a yellow vibration. This red vibration and yellow vibration are perpendicular to with each other. One is present along x direction, another is present along y direction. And now the resultant wave is called as a light wave, which is called electromagnetic wave. As you know that light is an electromagnetic wave, and so that this resultant wave along z direction is present. This is the light wave where it has two vibrations and as a resultant vibration of a wave, and this is called unpolarized light. In this unpolarized light there are two vibrations, and now these two vibrations are perpendicular to each other. If you can allow this normal light through the plane where it has only vertical slits like this, then the light which passed through the vertical slit is stopped the horizontal component. So yellow component can be completely stopped, only we have red component. So the red component of vibration is present in this direction, and this is called as a polarized light, where the one directional vibration of light is present in this light. So a unidirectional light intensity is called as a polarized light. And now if you can allow the same unidirectional light, vertical intensity light, polarized light is allowed to pass through the horizontal plane, then the light completely stopped at the other end. This is shown as like this. So this is called polarized, and polarization means the phenomenon of producing the polarized light, unidirectional light from the unpolarized light is called as a polarization, and this light is called as a polarized light. Let us know about how it is to be represented. The representation of polarized light. The property of the polarized light is confirming that it is transverse nature. It can show the transverse nature. This is the light, and where it has two vibrations. Blue is vertical, red is horizontal. Then it allows to the vertical plane. So only blue vertical vibration is allowed, and if it is stopped by the horizontal plane. So what it is indicating here itself, the light wave has only perpendicular vibration. That means transverse nature of vibration, either perpendicular or parallel. This is called as the polarization of the light proves that the transverse nature of the wave. This is the very important property of the light. Now let us go for what are the types of polarized lights. There are three types of polarized lights. One is called plain polarized light, represented as PPL, or sometimes linear plane polarized light, LPL. And second one, circular polarized light, CPL, elliptical polarized light, EPL. Now let us represent how the unpolarized light and plane polarized lights are represented. This is the unpolarized light, where it has the vibrations along horizontal as well as along vertical direction in all directions. The vibrations along horizontal is represented with this horizontal arrow mark. Vibration along vertical direction is represented with the dot point. So both the horizontal and vertical to the plane, horizontal to the plane. This one horizontal to the plane and dot is vertical to the plane. These two vibrations are present in unpolarized light. This is the representation of unpolarized light. A arrow mark with the up and down and dots combined together is unpolarized light representation. And polarized representation, there are two vibrations. One is parallel to the plane, this is parallel to plane polarized light, and this one is perpendicular to the plane polarized light. So parallel to plane polarized light, perpendicular to plane polarized light. This is the simple representation of unpolarized light and plane polarized light. Let us go for how it is to be shown in separate manner. So here observe that here it is plane polarized light is the light where it has the vibration of intensity either parallel to the plane or perpendicular to the plane. Suppose if the light is allowed to be like this and here we have the polarized light. This polarized light has only perpendicular to the plane or parallel to the plane. This is called plane polarized light. The second one, circularly polarized light. The circularly polarized light is obtained by means of superposition of two plane polarized lights. You know that horizontal plane polarized light, red one, vertical plane polarized light is blue one. Both are allowed to combine with a phase difference of pi by 2. Then a resultant wave is formed with a constant orientation with regular intervals. Then it is called as a circular plane polarized light. This circular polarized light has equal intensity along all directions, that is perpendicular direction and parallel direction, equal velocity with all the direction. The next one is third one, elliptical polarized light. The elliptical polarized light is obtained by means of superposition of two plane polarized lights with a phase difference of pi by 2 and the magnitude orientation is resultant. Both vary with respect to the time. Magnitude and orientation both are varying with respect to the time. Previously circular only magnitude remains constant, and so that we have circular and magnitude and orientation both are changes as a resultant, then it is called as elliptical. This is the elliptical wave. And now coming to the production of PPL. The production of polarized light is done with 5 methods. One is by reflection method, second one by refraction method, third one by selective absorption method, and fourth one by scattering method, and fifth one by double refraction method. So these are the 5 methods we generally use to produce the polarized light. Let us take what is meant by double refraction method and how it is to be produced by means of double refraction method. So let us see, here it is the double refraction method. We can allow the unpolarized light passed through any calcite or tourmaline or quartz crystals. The light is refracted into 2 light rays. This is unpolarized light, and here it is get refracted into 2 polarized lights. One is ordinary polarized light, another one is extraordinary polarized light. Here ordinary polarized light follows the refraction laws. Extraordinary polarized light does not follow the refraction laws. And this refraction of a light ray into two refracted rays when it is passing through the calcite or tourmaline crystal is called as double refraction. So this is the definition of double refraction. When ordinary light is allowed to pass through the calcite or quartz crystal, it is split into two refracted rays and this phenomenon is called as a double refraction. So very simple, refraction of a light into two refracted rays when they are passed through calcite or tourmaline crystal is called as a double refraction. In this double refraction there are two rays. What are they? Ordinary and extraordinary. Here there are differences between ordinary and extraordinary rays. See this difference between ordinary and extraordinary rays are, one is it is vibrations are perpendicular to calcite optic axis. It is also perpendicular to calcite axis. Extraordinary. Both are perpendicular to optic axis. This is the optic axis. And next, vibrations are made plane of the light incidence. This is vibrations are made plane of light incidence. As the incident plane is there, in that same direction it is traveled. The vibrations are plane like the same. Next, it obeys Snell's law. So, ordinary polarized light obeys Snell's law. Extraordinary polarized light does not obey Snell's law. And it travels the crystal with the same speed in all directions. Plane perpendicular and plane parallel, both directions it travels same speed, hence it is like a circular. Ordinary polarized light is a circular polarized light. Extraordinary, it travels in the crystal with the same speed with the different speed in all the directions. Here with a different speed in all the directions. Suppose it has maximum speed along perpendicular to the plane, and that is why its shape is like a elliptical shape. Now here we are taking that in the ordinary polarized light has more velocity in the case of positive crystals. There are some positive crystals, quartz crystal like that. And extraordinary polarized light has maximum more velocity than ordinary polarized light in the negative crystal. So extraordinary polarized light have more velocity perpendicular to the axis in the crystal, and ordinary light has more velocity than the extraordinary in the positive crystal. So this is the refractive index of ordinary ray is smaller than extraordinary refractive index in positive crystal and vice versa. This is the differences between positive and negative crystals. Thank you. In the next session, what we are going to learn about how to produce this polarized light by double refraction phenomenon with the Nicol prism and applications of the polarized light. Thank you. Thank you, one and all.